Okie dokie. Let's see if this works. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please, please, please give me comments so I know you can hear me. I've got a mic. I have lights that I can see inside. I was wanting to paint outside. I worked really hard on the lighting going back and forth. I have another one at home. I feel like I need both because um, I need to not be in like all the shadow, but I really need to be able to see my painting. So I felt like that was more important. So I apologize in advance for me being in shadow. I'm glad that you're joining me. I've been working on my heron today. Make sure to give me a comment so I can bring you on and I can say hi to whoever is out there watching. Um, Sorry, I've got short people behind there. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me because I've got a different mic set up and I'm just kind of marinating on where to begin, what patterns to work on. Haven't even painted yet and I'm already full of paint. So I'm glad that you're hanging out with me. I feel like I need sound in the background. Was it daydreaming that I liked? Oh well, I'll try it again later. But please, please, please give me a comment on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you are watching, so I can say hi to you. I'd love to say hi. I guess I'll type that. I I've got another light that I need to bring from home so that maybe I'm not in so much shadow. But I feel like for me tonight, painting inside while there's a storm of ruin in Arlington. Oh, hey, Miss Moses. I hope you're having a great summer. And maybe I'll see you this week. I don't know. It'd be great at the high school. But I hope you have a great night. Hi to your family for me. Um, but I'm kind of like my brain's all over the place right now, y'all. I'm wanting to make sure that my new setup is oh good. Awesome. See you, I guess this week. Getting our flex on. My brain's all over the place. I'm trying to think of the patterns I want to do next. I'm trying to think of where I'm gonna like attack my painting. I've got lots of colors, so many colors. That's all wet, brand new. But I'm also thinking of, I hope you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Am I doing okay on the audio? So I'm kind of like mixed between creative and production value right now. So I apologize. My brain doesn't work that well. But I may end up not talking a ton while I'm painting, just so I can focus on that. And you may end up hearing some rain in the background because I'm at the shop. Oh, thank you, Miss Moses. I'm so glad that the audio is working well. But this painting that I'm working on now is from a photo that my husband Paul Burns took a month or so ago. Actually, the last week that we were in school, he was working in Myanmar, I think, maybe Myanmar, with his friend Brian Dees doing some client work down there. And I just love this Dees van. So if you've seen this van around town, this is that van, but down in Florida. And he took this amazing photo. And I got inspired by it, and so I had to paint it. So I just told them, I didn't ask permission. I just texted them both, and I was like, I'm just letting y'all know I'm going to be painting this. So that's where I'm at right now, and just trying to figure out where I'm going next. I've never really had this set up before. Ooh, maybe I like that. It could work as long as I don't pull the drawer out too far. One of the things that I notice, like when people paint, if you're new to it, it's like you paint something or you color something the way that you think it should be. Like trees are green, the sky is blue. This VW bus is like a turquoise color, and you've got that like pre-programmed into your head, and it can actually be a detriment to you, and work not in your favor, because when light and shadow get on a photo, or like in real life, like, yes, my skin color is this color, but look at all of the different lights and shadows that you see as I move around, depending on, like, in some areas, like right now, my face looks a lot more red. As I get in shadows and I go outside, the lighting's different. My skin tone will change, and that happens in photos as well. So I want to show you this too before I get painting. So this is a van that is turquoise, but look, when I zoom in on it, like there's colors that look almost brown and almost gray. And so it's a beautiful image if you've seen it on the Arlington page or on Paul Burns Photos, the Little Spots Photography on Insta. I love it. It's so beautiful. But don't let what you know the color is in real life, without any interference from the environment around it, don't let that, what you know, interfere with what's actually happening. So that's where all of my color and pattern, some of that comes from. So some of the colors that I end up putting in here are the colors that it really is. And some of the colors are colors that are in the shadows, and colors that are in the corners, and colors that are around it and complement it. So, and that's kind of where I get a lot of the depth from. So be sure to say hey to me. I'm going to start attacking this sucker and seeing what happens next. I'm kind of looking at all these colors here. I feel like I really need to start working on down here as well. That's so much purple. Maybe I'll get another palette out here and really bring some of that up, because I feel like that will maybe help me see what's going on over here. Hey, Jesse, will you bring me that palette so I can paint on it? I can put paint on it. That is one over there.
Hello. Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, hello.
Here.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. My girls say hi to everybody. So please don't come over here, girls. I've got so many cords everywhere. We've got a new setup. So the girls say hi to everybody. So we've got some people watching. I'd love for y'all to say hi so that I can say hi to you in the comments and bring you on. Because the way that I'm filming this, I don't actually see your names pop up. So I don't actually know who's out there right now. I just know that we have some people watching. So I'd love for you to comment so I can actually say hi to specific people. I'm a goober like that. I do appreciate Erica out there. I don't know what are y'all doing at home right now? Piper! I love you so much. I saw a couple of your dances today with your buddies. I am hoping that you are doing so well. You bring such joy, and you make me smile every single time I see you. Um, I know that a lot of y'all probably don't know. I used to teach art. I taught art at 3 different schools, and the last one I was at is actually the school that I'm the iPad person at now. I love you so much. And Piper, I got to teach her when she was in middle school. And that was when my babies were little. That's before I became the iPad person. And she brings and continues to bring such joy everywhere she goes. And I love, one of my favorite things about you, Piper, is that you are authentically you 100% of the time. And I really hope that you bring, that you continue to inspire girls and guys and young people through kindness and just being authentically you. And I love that about you. She used to make me laugh all the time in class. So there's a lot of blue, a lot of purple in the ground down here. And oh, you were too sweet. You were too sweet to me. I hope that you're having a great day and that have had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So I'm gonna tone it down in a little bit, but right now I'm gonna put a whole bunch of purple and brightness down here. Some other colors that are over here that I really love are gonna be some sunset colors and oranges. Those are some of my favorites. And I guess I haven't always been like this. Right now I'm going through a big purple stage or period where I just love purple. And I love using it in everything. So whenever I see it, I love adding it to my work. So Paul, in his Florida photos, really brought out a lot of purple, and I feel like that could be one of the reasons why I'm super duper loving and inspired by a lot of wanting to paint a lot of his Florida work. I'm really excited about some stuff he's been working on. He actually has been working really hard on his website. It's going through some major shifts and updates and amazing things for the holiday season. I can't wait for him to release that to y'all and for the holiday season. So I hope that y'all get to say that. Oh, Twyla, I miss you so much. Hey, friend, how are you doing? What have you been doing this weekend? I can't wait for Paul to show to you guys what he's been working on. One of my favorite things that I hope that you guys will check out when he lets that go live. Oh, cleaning, not fun, not my favorite, not a fan of cleaning. If I could have somebody do that all the time, I would be all over that. So I feel you. But one of my favorite things that Paul has been working on that I can't wait for y'all to see is this set of posters. He's been designing these posters, and they are so cool. There's this amazing Memphis one and a Bonnie and Clyde one. I can't wait for you to see them. They're like these old school, very vintage feel, like posters. There's no other way to describe it. So I hope y'all will check that out. I'll definitely have links when he goes live with them. I get so excited whenever he sends me a new one to look at. Now, there's a bunch of orange here in the middle, and I don't want to miss out on that because those are some of my favorite colors. I love fire colors. It works really well with my name. So I'm going to make sure that I put those in here as well. And just so y'all know, in case you can't tell, I screw up all the time. I mess up all the time. In my art, I have to paint over things. Like there's a whole section over here I've already painted over. Whenever I teach classes here at the studio, I try to like let people know that you know, accidents and mess ups are a big part of doing this creative thing, this painting thing. And people will tell me all the time that I make it look easy. Be sure as you're watching, please say hi to me, or tell me hello in the comments, because the way that I'm filming this, I have no idea who's out there. I have no idea who's watching me live. So the only way I actually can say hey to y'all and know who it is actually if you say something in the comments, so that I can actually bring you on and comment back to you. Because I would love to just be able to say hi to all y'all, and I don't want to jip anybody or miss anybody, but that really is truly the only way I can say hi. Anyway, I mess up a lot, and a lot of people will tell me, oh gosh, you make it look so easy. And I mean, I've even gotten to where on the paint events that we do, a lot of the time I end up doing the entire thing painted upside down. I will often create entire paintings for people painted upside down. Hello. Hey, Kristen. Actually, no. Thank you for the compliment. This is actually all latex. Brian, look at your bus. It's going to be amazing. I'm not there yet, but if you guys haven't seen Brian D's floors, you've got to go check him out. I'll put a link for him in the comments. This is his bus. Drives around town in it. It's amazing. This is from when he and Paul went on a work trip to Florida. But Kristen, this is actually latex. I used to paint in oil all the time. And when I painted in oil, you know, like the colors are really vivid. It's really bright, and you really have a long time that you can work with it before it's dry and you can't do anything. And then acrylic dries really fast. But after I had my girls, I started painting in acrylic more. So I do a lot of paintings in acrylic. But at the studio, which is where I'm at now, and where I've really been painting a whole lot in the last 7 years, really weirdly, is latex. And that's what this is. This is latex wall paint. So this is all of that. It's what I use for all of the paint nights here. It's the same stuff. I can get like a gajillion colors in it. I have about 70 colors in front of me, and I still mix them in front of myself. So that's wild. But thank you for the compliment. And thanks, Brian. Thank you so much for your kind words. I can't wait to finish it. So hopefully I'll be able to make a lot of progress, and I hope that I can really make your bus, you know, really give it its personality on paint on the canvas that I feel it exudes as you've made it and drive around town. And it's so awesome. I love your bus. So I hope y'all are having a great weekend. Kristen, does that answer your question? I hope that answers your question. And my short people are hungry. I wonder how long I'll be able to paint before I need to stop and make some sandwiches. I do want to get a good coat on all of this. This is going to be dark too. Let's look at a little bit of reddish in it. But I feel like maybe I can put this section down at least. I need my bigger brush. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. But yes, I paint a lot using latex now, just because that's what I paint with the paint nights, my paint events, and that's what I do have on hand. But I love doing lives like this because it gives people a chance to really see how often I also do make errors and have to end up correcting and going back and like changing things around. Oh, good. Good, Kristen. I'm glad that answers your question. Yay. But I love doing this because if you go back and compare this to the other versions of it and kind of how it's come along, you'll be able to see some differences and really composition differences too. I've had to move things around a bunch. Not the basic layout, but I really messed up the width or the height of the window here, and I made it a lot smaller than it needed to be. But it ended up working out well because I was able to put some shadows in it for the dashboard and stuff that I feel ended up working out better for it. But what I do love about y'all getting to see me make mistakes is that you can see that I don't get, like, I try not to. Sometimes I totally screw this part up, but I try not to get stressed out when I make mistakes because I really and truly do believe this, and this is what I say all the time in my classes, is that it's just paint. You can paint over it. So when, not if, when I mess up, I know that if I can showcase patience and ignore it, let it dry, then when I come back to it, I can paint right over it. And see that, the knowledge of I can paint over my mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen, not an if, but a certainty, a when. I know mistakes are going to happen. And because I know that, I can relax in the knowledge that when they do happen, all I have to do is chillax for a minute and paint over those spots. And all of this that I'm doing right now is just a first layer. Don't eat all the chocolate, eat some chips too. Be sure, new people that are coming up, I'd love to say hi to y'all, but I only have any knowledge of people, who people are, by if they comment. So if you like, I'd love for you, Abby says hi. I'd love to be able to say hi to you, but I need you to say hi to me in the comments so I know who's out there. Because the way that I'm filming this today is such that it's not like on Facebook when you do a video and you can see who's watching. You actually have to make a comment for me to be able to know who's watching. It's my goober in the corner. Yeah, see my little goober? She's saying hi, y'all. And see, I made that a little bit more muddy than I want it to be. But I know that there's actually some great shapes that are there.
Oh my gosh, it smells.
It is wet over there. If you get your outfit on it, it's going to be not happy.
That's my favorite shirt.
Is that your favorite shirt? Then you should not let it get wet.
The light is so bright that I'm literally crying.
Is it making your face water?
Yeah.
I'd love to say hi to y'all. Make sure you say hi in the comments. I may go Bob Ross on y'all. I say this every time I do a live, is that I never, when I used to watch Bob Ross as a kid, I never really realized. I always used to wonder, God, does he talk like that in real life? Is he that calm? And that's quite possible. I haven't. It's been a minute since I've watched the. Hey Kelly, yes, I know you need cows. I'm working on it. I'm gonna do your cows. I'm gonna get you your cows. They're gonna be awesome. I gotta finish all my paintings. How are you doing? I'm jealous that you're at the beach, that I'm not at the beach. I love that you're getting a trip though. Definitely need that. There's this section that's right here that's gonna be a little funky for me for a little bit because there's this awesome part. There's this awesome part of Paul's photo of Brian's fan that like all of these. There's a bunch of cars, or is this no? There's poles on the sidewalk that are projecting this light down here. And then right about here, this is actually a stream of light. You actually see the light coming out of, oh, I love you. I'm so glad. I saw that it was a girls' trip. That is too cool. But this section right here is light coming off of the bus, out of the bus. And so there's this weird translucency thing happening. It's not dissimilar to if you're going to paint a vase and you know that there's stems in the vase and you're
taking all the chocolate.
Share it. Hey, get off the chair like that. Good times. There's this weird, you know what's in it, but having to like, you should paint what you actually see. So there's this translucency of I can see everything through this, but this is actually light shining here. So it's a different color and I painted it while it was wet. So this part's going to be real funky and I need to ignore it. So it's a great example of what I was just talking about of needing to ignore parts that you screw up. Now, some of those colors are going to work really well for me. Part of those are going to work really well for me, but some of them aren't. Music off. How do you have music off? If you're hearing music, it's the background, like music from this service that it offers. I thought I turned it off. Let me know if I didn't turn it off. I thought I did. But I'm gonna need to ignore this for a while and come back over here. I need some, it's like deep browns and grays, and actually it's like got a tint of red to it, like a sienna. But I don't want to do too much sienna here, because that is going to be a real vivid color. I love this, what I call like gray purple. I call it a dead purple. I love dead colors. I know that's an awful way of putting it, but those are the kind of colors that I refer to as like really grayed out colors, colors that the vibrancy is all gone. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Awesome. I like that. Let's see. All right. when I'm teaching people how to paint and actually doing like real classes on skill and not just a 2-hour paint event, one of my preferences as a teacher is to encourage people, if you're getting into drawing, getting into painting, my recommendation for you would be to spend a lot of time drawing or painting from observation. What does that mean? That means drawing from life, painting from life, drawing what you actually see in front of you, like going to the beach and drawing right there. Going to the beach and drawing, or going to wherever you are. If you're sitting at a table, drawing what's right there. What that does is actually increase hand-eye communication, and that's what you're wanting to do, like to develop skill. You're wanting to develop the ability to draw and paint what is right in front of you. And what that will develop is your ability to do background, middle ground, foreground, and make those decisions to figure out what should be in focus and what shouldn't be in focus. When you draw or paint from a photograph, all of that work is done for you to see and figure out, okay, this is the focal point, this is what's in focus, this is what's not in focus. And when you are not the one making that choice, you are prohibiting yourself from developing that particular skill, which is pretty vital when you are wanting to learn how to paint and how to draw. Now, I've spent and continue to spend, I've spent a lot of years actually drawing what I see and going places and drawing life studies and such. Did it in school and continue to do it now when I go out to just keep that skill level up. Because if all you've ever done is drawn from a photograph, then you're really depriving yourself of some awesome stuff. There's a lot of dark here, and I want to do like purple and blue undertones, but it's too much acidic colors. It's too much really vivid, but it's going to be a good base coat. So all of this is going to be really good underneath the dark patterns that I plan on bringing into it. If you're new hanging out with me tonight, I hope that you'll say hi to me in the comments. I don't know who's watching if you don't say hi. I've been able to say hi to a bunch of different people. Hope y'all are having a good night, good weekend with family or friends or to yourself. Some of my favorite things to do is actually spend time with myself. I love me time. Don't really get a lot of that. In case some of y'all don't know, I guess a lot of you wouldn't know, tomorrow's my birthday. I turn 42 tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. It's a good base coat. Good
Hello.
undercoat. Abby says hi. Jessie says hi. Please don't trip, girls.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I want to rip off the paint when you're done.
Feeling it all.
Because he's waving at the background.
We are definitely never boring here. Always stuff going on. All right. I'm going to need to let this dry for a bit before I can put on next coats and make next choices. If I keep painting, this is one thing that latex does. Latex is similar to pastel in this sense that it gets to a point where it doesn't, if it's really wet, it doesn't accept any more paint. And
Birthday
if
tomorrow.
you keep painting after that point while it's wet, it's kind of like nail polish and chalk pastels where, oil pastels where it doesn't accept anything else and it just starts to,
Birthday tomorrow.
thank you, it starts to come apart and come off. So I don't want that to happen. So what I will do now is take a respite, figure out what patterns come next, dry out my brushes, and clean out and dry out my brushes, and keep going. Still digging it. It's gonna look awesome when it's done, Brian. It's just not ready yet. I hope y'all have a great night, and I can't wait to share more with y'all. Bye, everybody.